Welcome back everyone, Ronin here, and I've been playing Dark Souls 3 for a few hours now, probably like 7 or 8. And I have a few tips for all of you that are new to the game. I know some people are playing this for the very first time, they've never played a Souls game, so this could be a little overwhelming for you. I'm going to try to give you as much information as I can. This is going to be my third time restarting a new class. I call this one Grandpa. Grandpa, for those that don't know, is the stream mascot for most of the times we need an extra. Now, the class. I just started the Knight. The Knight is actually really powerful. The starting longsword is amazing. So I tried the Herald. Sure, you start with the heal, but it's really not that good. The spear is meh. So I'm not sure what else I wanted to try. I think I was going to try the Pyromancer and see how sorcery work better. So definitely, if you're new to the game, the Knight will be a really good character for you to start with. Got good health, good armor, good strength, good dex. The sword is huge, and then you get a good 100% shield. Let's try sorcerer. Usually sorcerers are actually good. I started with the black fire bombs my first time through. That was actually helpful killing the first boss. Turned into this giant thing. Sorry if there's any spoilers, but once the first boss does his transformation, I found them very useful, but you also find some along the way, so you don't need them. I got the fire gem on my knight. Now he has a fire longsword. Generally, your first item is not that huge of a deal. Whatever you actually prefer. There's no healing items, so maybe Divine Blessing, Life Ring for extra HP. If you're again new to the games. I'm going between Fire Gem, depending on your class. If your weapon's going to be a big deal, but swordplay is always a big thing. So I noticed that fire actually is very helpful. Enemies actually get somewhat crowd controlled. They start getting lit up on fire, and then like the dogs, they won't attack you, they roll on their back trying to put out the flames. Very handy. Mail Breaker. Cool, you start with a Mail Breaker. Alright, automatically, because of how I play, I'm going to put my staff in the other hand. Let's try out spells, because you are limited to your mana. Okay, spell works. It doesn't take too much mana, so that's good. Now, there is kind of a mini-boss in the tutorial area. We're gonna go try right now. With the Knight, it was easy. It was a cakewalk finding the weapon. So Estus. This is kind of a mini boss that I found. It says back there, turn around, but with the Knight, it was actually really easy to kill. With the $14, right? Or 44? I don't know. I didn't tell. 14. Try Heavy Soul Arrow. 33. Okay, the longsword did more damage than that. Oh, it blocks, alright. Okay, I untargeted by accident. It's not so bad to kill, it just takes forever. I think you get a good amount of XP from it. Okay, so I'm out of mana. Now we have to do it the hard way. 21. It'll take a while. 15. So with the Knight, I was doing about 50 damage per hit. Now I'm doing 16. That does make a big difference. Okay. Kind of funny because in the previous Souls game, if you started as a sorcerer, it would actually be easier starting. This time, not well. It's easier because if I want to kill this guy. Oh. Yeah, I see 201 damage. You can just go around and kill normal enemies very easily. So anyway, hopefully you get the idea. So I'm not going to start a mage because I want to try to show you how to kill that. Other than the cleric, I don't see anybody with a striking weapon. So I haven't tried a striking weapon. The slashing weapon seems to be doing good damage. It could also be the stats. So Try Deprive. A lot of it is recognizing patterns. The 80 instead of that like really low damage. 45. So it's same as the knight. So I roll really far right now. I get stuck on places. So weight ratio, you're at under 30%. That's good. That's a good roll. Decent shield, decent weapon. Check out their range. Generally, a pyromancer's kind of a short, medium range. Okay, they're strong though. Enemies seem to be weak to fire. 61. Better than the mage. Yeah, the range is much better than the second one. So all that for a tight knight scale. So it is not that hard. It's just an endurance fight. Really early in the game. Some classes are just better at it than others. The mage just takes forever. The deprived, well, I just got unlucky and didn't dodge properly. Stancing and so this is Warcry. It looks like axes or Warcry. Basically, R2 or L2, which is your parry button. When you're using a weapon with two hands, that is how you use the weapon arts. Some of them is charge, stance. I'm not quite sure what stance does. I think you change how you're fighting, so it may change your moveset. 2, and it will use mana. If you don't plan on playing a mage, you can still rely on your magic somewhat. Make sure you go through the tutorial and read all of these if it's your first time playing the game. Controls are pretty much the same, more or less the same as Dark Souls 2 and 1, so people that have played the games before, not too much will be new. Earlier I was playing with a shield. Now I'm getting more comfortable with the dodging. The kick, which is your guard break, is also very effective at throwing people off ledges. Okay, so this item, really important to get it. Practice your jumping. It's a Tight Knight Shard. It might not seem like a big deal, but in the beginning, upgrading a weapon that you really like, the really good asset. Fire bombs. Okay. If you're having a hard time with the boss, the first boss, grab these fire bombs. Make sure you put them on your bar. Okay. Not too bad, but I found that after he gets to 50% health, he can be a handful. Especially if you're new to the game. Kind of one of those welcome to Dark Souls moment. Spoilers. If you don't like spoilers, look away now. Make sure you hack away at him now. Don't run out of stamina. Way early. Now, he's vulnerable. Hit him as much as you can. This is where it gets tricky. When he does this, use fire. Those fire bombs will help you a lot. I found that he moves kind of erratically. He's not so bad. Other ones later are worse. Bad show of force. First time I actually die at him though. Okay, one thing I do like about Dark Souls 3 is that the fog gate doesn't appear until you actually started the boss. Which means it's, from what I understand, like Bloodborne. I just have not played Bloodborne yet. Okay, he will attack you right away. Good to know. Okay, so now, shoot him. Back up. If you're not comfortable, put your shield up. And wait with those fire bombs. It's definitely weak to fire. There we go. I swear I hit him more than that last time, but that is how you beat the first guy. Oh, Ember restored. Not realize you would restore your Ember at a boss. Now there is one thing I'm not 100% sure how it works. Maybe it's related to luck. But after you kill enemies, there is a chance you get an Estus Flask. Sometimes it's good to use that before you're healing spells or anything, because you stand a chance of getting a free heal. The other nice thing is you have an actual belt here. If it's items you don't typically use in combat, just switch it here. So then I can just go to my menu and use these in my tool belt without actually going through targeting here. The stuff that you don't really use in combat, that might help you. Now, dogs are creepy as hell this time around. Okay, so I missed this the first time. This is where you go to progress. This is the Firelink Shrine. I actually forgot and didn't explore to the left. Mainly, this is where you can get a good weapon early in game. There's a few other good weapons you can get early on, but so it's behind me. I just noticed loot, and I'm a bit of a loot whore. Another Ember. Embers are like your effigies. They basically restore your, not humanity in this case. Don't. I use it. Okay, so for this boss, if you're having a hard time for this mini boss, I see a lot of blood here. I don't have a good shield, but it'll work. You kick him off. Just kick him off. Alright. Now you're gonna say, well, what about his sword? He does drop his sword. But because I kicked him off, he didn't drop it. My experience went up, so he did die. And see, I got a free Estus out of it, because I killed some guy. Not sure if it's specific enemies or it's just random. What you can do is exit. This is thanks to Algrin. You may see in the stream here and there. Because he only spawns once. Doesn't come back. I'm gonna hit continue. Here we go. Where he was standing, his gear is there. You get the Uchikatana and his attire. As long as your weight stays in that ratio that you are comfortable with. Now the weapon, I can't use it yet. I would have to go level my dexterity up. See those stats at the bottom. But it has bleed effect. Not sure if bleed's actually good in this game. Okay, it says skill hold. Can't show you. But it's the idea of if you have it in two hands, this is Warcry. So I think Warcry just boosts your damage. I don't know, it doesn't open from this side. I'm not sure how to actually open this door. Better, but it puts me over 30. I don't know what the weight percentages are for the next rolling tiers. I know 50 is one and 70 is the other. Could be 30, 25. I'll update when I do find out though. Hey, the creepy guy or kid or whatever on that throne that I didn't notice the first time. That caught me off guard. Talk to the NPCs. Well, here's Andre. Now what's pretty cool, you do have a weapon you like. Now you can wait, because we picked that Fire Drake's card. You can do it as soon as the game started. You could get a Uchikatana made out of fire. I can do it to my axe, Now, if you use a refined item, it will basically up the scaling of your weapon. But it looks like it drops its base damage a little bit. But the scaling goes up, which is generally a good thing when you have higher stats. You can do raw, which eliminates the scaling, but it gives it a damage boost. That's good if you don't plan on putting a lot of stats in those fields. And then that fire gem that we got in the beginning, it is really good in the beginning of the game. I really enjoy it. I do recommend it. It will remove your scaling again. Be aware of that. I don't want to give too much away for the game right now, but so here you put the embedded sword. Bonfire is lit. That is your way out of Firelink Shrine. Travel, go to High Wall of Lothric. Then your actual journey begins. Hopefully some of these tips and tricks, these are really early in the game, but I hope that it gives, especially those of you that are new to the Dark Souls series, gives you a bit of an advantage. There's a lot to learn, a lot to do. Make sure you use her to level up. Talk to the hag. Make sure you buy this item right here. Here you buy the white soapstone. This will allow you to do co-op. You put it down, co-op. This is where you get it, really early in the game. You can buy a few weapons if you don't like the weapon you're using. If you didn't pick a sorcerer at the beginning, you pick up a sorcerer staff. This will allow you to cast spells as long as you have the right stats. You also have spells you can buy. The healing aid is not an AoE heal in this game. It's just yourself. But it's good in the beginning if you are struggling and you need more Estus. Then the talisman is to cast that. Now I have the torch. It's handy when it's dark, but I'm not sure if there's an actual purpose later on. This should definitely get you started in Dark Souls. There's the tower key for that door on the outside of Firelink Shrine, but it's 20,000 souls. Another one that people may or may not be aware of.
Just good.
Come to Andre. Go to Allot Estus, and you can pick how many you want. Do you want more spells? Do you want more healing? Personally, I would go maybe 3-1 right now because you don't have good enough spells in the beginning anyway. Or just go all out, and then whatever mana bar you have, that's what you have for your spells. Travel, high wall, journey begins. I've only gotten to the Great Oak or Cursed Oak boss. I will be continuing tomorrow on stream, and hopefully it goes well. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. If you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it. That really helps me out. Have a great night, everyone.